This week, we've got new tool announcements from Milwaukee, DeWALT, Bosch, RYOBI, Makita, and Metabo.
We have massive impacts, sight lasers, nailers,
and baby chainsaws! I should have let you say that.
Plus another platinum tool deal from OhioPowerTool.
This is the Tool Show.
Welcome back, tool fans. I'm Sarah, that's Rob, and we're going to jump right into the tool news, starting with DeWALT. At World of Concrete back in January, we got our very first look at DeWALT's all-new battery system called PowerShift. It's focused around a single 554 watt-hour battery that appears to be a 60-volt max setup, which would make this around a 9.2 amp-hour battery. The focus is to use this new platform to power bigger and more power-hungry tools for the concrete industry. The tools they promised are finally arriving in stores, so we're getting our first look at pricing as well. Over at OhioPowerTool.com, we can finally find the DeWALT PowerShift battery, which rings in at $849. Again, we're looking at the equivalent of more than two DeWALT 12 amp-hour FlexVolt batteries, which ring up at $299 each. We also got our first look at the PowerShift PowerPack Concrete Vibrator for $22.99, the PowerShift Backpack Concrete Vibrator for $29.99, the PowerShift Vibrating Screed Kit for $26.99, the PowerShift 132-pound Rammer Kit for $55.99, the PowerShift 15 kilonewton Plate Compactor for $51.99, and the PowerShift 6.375-inch Core Drill Kit with stand for $45.99. Now, we don't see the FlexVolt adapter just yet. That promises to let you use your lowly FlexVolt batteries in a pinch, but I'm sure they'll arrive soon. For now, you can pre-order the rest at OhioPowerTool.com.
Bosch has a very big week last week, launching over 30 new tools, including a few category firsts for Bosch. First up, we have the new G&H 18V 15MA 18-volt brushless 15-gauge angled finish nailer and the G&H 18-volt 16MA 16-gauge version. Both have one-handed activation, wide view contact tips, and easy depth adjustments. Next is the G&H 18V 18M 18-volt brushless 18-gauge brad nailer with an ergonomic thumb wheel for quick stepless depth adjustments and an intuitive user interface allowing for quick toggling between single and bump fire modes, activating your LED light, and delivers service alerts. They also announced the new GTH 18V 18M 18-volt brushless 18-gauge narrow crown stapler as well. There's a new router. That is the new GKF 18V 25 18-volt brushless Colt Palm router with an optional Pro Kit with a plunge base, edge guide, and vac adapters. It'll have the best power to size ratio in its class, both rough and fine depth adjustment for precision cuts in 1/64-inch increments, and a max depth cut of 1 11/32 inch. There were a few new press tools as well. First up is the GPT 18V 24L 14 18-volt press tool kit featuring a compact design optimized for smaller diameter pipes, fast reliable pipe connections without a torch or solder, and a 3-second cycle time for fast efficient pipe pressing. The GPT 18-volt 23L 14 18-volt press toolkit has an elongated design optimized for larger diameter pipes. It includes a rotatable head providing flexibility for use on pipes at various angles and hard-to-reach places. Bosch also announced a new 18-volt quarter-inch hex impact driver, the GDR18V 1950C, with a powerful brushless motor that delivers 1,950 inch-pounds of torque, has 3 speed settings and an ergonomic design. Then there's the GDS18V 230C 18-volt 3/8-inch impact wrench with friction ring, bringing 230 foot-pounds of fastening torque and 400 foot-pounds of max breakaway torque. It has 2 preset modes to help make repetitive driving easier and more consistent. Now, there were 5 new angle grinders announced, including the GWS 11450P 4.5-inch angle grinder with lock-on paddle switch. It has a powerful 11 amp motor that delivers up to 11,000 RPM. It also features kickback control and restart protection to help avoid accidental tool startup when power supply is interrupted. Then the GWS 12450 PBD 4.5-inch angle grinder with no lock-on paddle switch with a 12 amp motor running up to 11,500 RPM in a very compact design. It also has kickback control and restart protection. Then moving up in size, the GWS 1450 5-inch angle grinder, or the GWS 1450B with a brake system, or the GWS 1450P with a lock-on paddle switch, or the GWS 1450 PBD with no lock-on paddle switch and brake system. All four deliver 11,500 RPM, have kickback control, and enhanced motor cooling. The GWS 1460 is a new 6-inch angle grinder, and it also comes in a no-lock paddle switch version, the GWS 1460 PD. Now both have a powerful 13-amp motor, run at 9,700 RPM, and have kickback and restart protection. And finally, if you prefer X-Lock, and you know you do, the GWX 1460 PBD, which is their 6-inch X-Lock angle grinder with no lock-on paddle switch and brake system. Thanks to X-Lock, each one provides up to 5 times faster accessory changes, kickback control, and restart protection. There's also a new Bosch circular saw announced, the GKS 18V25N, cordless 7¼ inch circular saw with a 2.5-inch cut capacity, electronic brake, and their bi-turbo brushless technology, which provides even more power when paired up with the Bosch Cord 18V Pro Factor battery. Now, Bosch also announced a few new utility knives, including a retractable, a folding, and an 18mm snap-off. The last surprise was a new collection of lasers and wall scanners. The GLL 33080CG is their 18-volt 360-degree green beam 3-plane leveling and alignment laser, which works with either a Core 18-volt battery or 4 C-cell batteries. Next is the GLL 142GL 3.7-volt green beam self-leveling cross-line laser and the GLL 342GL 3.7-volt green beam 3-plane level and alignment laser. Both have USB-C for charging, have built-in VisiMax technology that monitors power consumption to maximize line visibility and extend battery life, and they work with either the included rechargeable 3.7-volt 3-amp-hour battery, or you can just use AA's. The last laser was a GCL 16542G 3.7-volt green beam self-leveling cross-line laser with plumb points. The green laser generates up to 4 times brighter lines and points than standard red beams. It's IP65 rated for tough job site conditions and delivers up to 8 hours of operation. And last of all, this is the Bosch GMS 120/27 wall scanner. That's IP54 rated and detects live wires, metal and wood, and steel studs behind drywall. It can either be powered by AA's or 3.7-volt lithium-ion rechargeable battery, which is sold separately. Now, you should be able to find all of these new Bosch tools at your favorite tool store, which of course is OhioPowerTool.com.
Of course. Moving on to RYOBI, who mercifully only had one new product this week, the RYOBI 3-piece rail system onboard accessory storage set. This new rail straps onto most RYOBI drills and impact drivers, and then you can easily slide on or off the 2 separate accessories. The first one is the 180-degree pivoting magnetic tray that holds fasteners and hardware, and the second is a magnetic bit bar with 4 included impact driving bits. The new kit comes to Home Depot this month and will cost you $14.97.
That's it? You just have to report on a bit holder after I had to rattle off 1,200 Bosch product numbers?
Okay, it's your turn next. You got
Fine.
this.
Last week we visited Makita, where they launched a ton of new tools for LXT and XGT platforms, but there was one that we missed. This is the all-new Makita GECO3 40-volt Max XGT 9-inch power cutter, which delivers more power and less vibration than ever. It has a huge 3.5-inch depth of cut and a smooth belt drive design. It spins up to 6,600 RPM and features an electric brake that stops the cutting wheel in 2 seconds or less. It has an integrated water delivery system with a water flow adjustment knob that continuously feeds water for OSHA Table 1 compliance when cutting concrete. It also has an adjustable blade guard and rubberized front handle that can be held in a multitude of positions for increased comfort. Really wish I had tried it when I had the chance. It's already available for pre-order at Acme Tools for $9.49 in a dual battery 5-amp-hour kit.
Metabo has a few new tool announcements this week as well, starting off with a freaking awesome looking paint remover. Look at that thing. It's like a tiny planer with carbide cutters on it. I need this thing, and a ton of old painted doors. This is the Metabo LF850S paint remover. It has a variable adjustable milling depth, die-cast aluminum gear housing for heat dissipation, and square carbide blades you can rotate to use all 4 sides of each. You can even attach carbide blades to the sides, open up the side panels, and remove the paint from smaller edges. You can pick one up today for around $473. Metabo also announced the GV-PB18 LTX-BL28 cordless die grinder.
Yeah, see, now it's your turn to read ridiculous product numbers.
It has a paddle switch with a dead man function and a fast brake. It has a variable speed setting for working with different materials, a super slim handle for lower fatigue, and a powerful 1100 watt brushless motor. It's available now for $275.
All right, I'll take the next one.
No, no, I can do the tool news all by myself, thank you very much. Next up is the Metabo GP400 die grinder.
Easy one.
The corded version has a slightly higher RPM at 30,000, but maintains pretty much the same specs otherwise as the battery-powered version. And last of all, Metabo has a new angle grinder, the WP13150 Quick RT. It's a 6-inch grinder with a 10,000 RPM no-load speed, a long-life motor with 20% more overload capacity, and 50% more torque. It has the Metabo M-Quick system that gives you tool-free fast disc change at the touch of a button. It has a tool-free adjustable guard, and thanks to the MVT or Metabo Vibratech system, you'll experience lower vibrations through the side handle. It also has a paddle switch with a deadman function and has a Metabo S automatic mechanical safety clutch, keeping you safe from kickbacks. You can pick one up now for $199.
Now, did you guys really think there would be that much tool news this week and Milwaukee would just sit it out? No chance. They announced price and availability for a whole bunch of tools previously revealed at Pipeline 2024. Starting off with the M18 Fuel 16-inch string trimmer, which will arrive in November for $299 bare, or if you can wait until January, you can pick it up in a kit with an M18 forged 12-amp-hour battery for $499. Next is the newly updated M12 Fuel power head for their quick lock system. It'll arrive in November for $199. The new quick lock M18 Fuel string trimmer attachment will cost $249 or $349 in a kit with the power head. They also announced the new M18 Fuel Quick Lock 10-inch pole saw attachment, which will cost $349 bare or $499 in a power head kit. Next up is the new M18 Fuel short pole hedge trimmer, which will be here in November as well for $399 bare or $599 in a forged 8-amp-hour kit. In December, we'll finally get the new Milwaukee M12 Fuel 6-inch random orbit sanders in both the 3/16-inch throw and the 3/32-inch throw versions. These are specifically for paint and body technicians and aim to replace their pneumatic competitors. Either will be available for $449 in a kit with a M12 high-output CP 2.5 battery pack plus a high-output XC 5.0 battery and a bunch of pads and accessories. Speaking of M12, their new M12 Fuel 5/8-inch SDS Plus hammer kit is coming in November for $229 bare or $279 in a XC 4.0 kit. If you need something bigger and with a big long cord, the new Milwaukee 1 3/4-inch SDS Max rotary hammer with a huge 15-amp motor is coming in November for $699.
That might be the biggest collection of tool news that we've ever had in one regular episode.
Yeah, my feet are killing me.
From standing there? This is an ad segue, isn't it?
This week, Brunt reached out to tell me something really important. They said, "We make the best work boots ever. They're comfortable, durable, and really great value." And I said, "Well, says you, prove it." And they said, okay. So they sent me a new pair of Marin 6-inch soft toe work boots for me to try. And if you've tried a lot of work boots like I have, you know that break-in is just a part of the process. But Brunt says their shoes are different, and to that point, they were right. These Marins were comfortable right out of the box. I threw them on and Sarah and I immediately went on a walk through the woods, and I couldn't believe how comfortable they were. No need to break them in at all. Now they get that way with improved cushion and support, breathable construction, and Brunt's signature cushion footbed. And comfort, of course, is important, but if they're gonna survive the job site in the workshop, they have to be durable. Brunt boots have double and triple stitching, improved waterproof construction, and barnyard-resistant Texas steer leather. And the outsoles are slip, oil, and heat resistant up to 572 degrees, which happens to be the exact temperature at which I quit working and go inside. Best of all, they're extremely affordable. My Marin soft toes came in at only $145.99, and adding a composite toe is only $10 more. And if you're not completely sold, they offer a free trial. Wear the boots to work, and if you don't like them, send them back for a full refund. Shipping's even covered both ways. Zero risk. So if you're ready for the most comfortable and durable work boots of your life, you can visit bruntworkwear.com/toolshow10 and you'll get a $10 discount on any order of $60 or more.
Moving on to our favorite tool videos of the week, Todd from Project Farm deep dives into what car ramps not to buy, and the consequences of not watching his video could cost you more than your hard-earned money. Sheesh, be careful under your car, guys.
Mark Thomas got RYOBI's new HP trim nailer and compares it to the straight finish nailer. Right out of the box, it's appealing for its smaller form factor that will make working in tighter spaces significantly easier.
Tools tested has better chainsaws!
That's it?
That's enough, trust me.
Okay. Torque Test Channel have the world's most powerful pistol impact and waste no time testing that title.
Last Best Tool has a plethora of ratcheting bit drivers, and though the video is fantastic as always, there was a comment that caught my attention. He said, quote, "This guy has cost me a lot of money. And honestly, I feel the same way and almost want to hide all of his videos from Rob to save us a lot of money. Doc always has the coolest hand tools."
Josh and James are busy prepping a stinky job site, I don't want to know what that means, with the new Milwaukee M18 sight laser, which makes sense. And after using it, they have decided it's the best sight laser ever.
As most of you know, the #1 requested product for any mobile tool storage solution is a rolling toolbox with a drawer. Well, today, Tech Made Easy found out that Klein and their awesome mod box just delivered. I still don't understand why that isn't universal on every platform.
Actually, that new Makita Mac track that we saw at Makita, that actually lets you access the bottom, like, even with the lid.
Yeah, but you're assuming that I can lift everything up on top of it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. It's time again for our Platinum Tool Deal of the Week from OhioPowerTool. This week, we have a $50 off a $100 or more purchase of all in-stock Milwaukee heated gear.
But you'll have to be very fast, because as always, our Platinum Tool Deal will only work for the first 25 people to use it. This is a good reason to be subscribed and click the notification bell so you never miss a deal on Friday night.
The code you need this week is TS72538. Good luck. I want to thank Flex, SKIL, and OhioPowerTool for continuing to support our show and our amazing community of tool fans. We could not do this without you.
Weirdly enough, Sarah and I have been producing this show from this set in our home for a couple years now.
Yes.
And this is the last one. Now, it's not the last
in this setting.
tool show,
In this setting.
but it's the last time we're going to use this set. Sarah and I are getting ready to move and get into our new home, which we're very excited about, where we'll be building an entirely new set, which I can't wait to show you guys. But between then and that, or now and then, we have the Equip show next week.
Yes.
So that will be the next 2 episodes.
Always a fun show.
Then we're going to have a live episode on a Friday night, which is going to be our giveaway stuff, which we have a ton of fun prizes from several different brands. Milwaukee and I think SKIL sent us stuff. DeWALT sent us a couple tools and some batteries.
We have a bunch of fun stuff.
We have a bunch of fun stuff to give away to you guys, so be sure to watch that one. And then by then, we've gone to SEMA.
We'll be in SEMA.
So the next 2 episodes will be about our SEMA trip. So late in November, I think, will be the first time you see our new set in our new home, and hopefully we're moved by then.
Oh my gosh.
All right, guys, if you can, do something kind for your neighbor this weekend, and Sarah and I will see you next week.